see, if you have two lines, then the common point for those two lines, this intersection point is mentioned as the point of intersection of those two lines. This is one particular point, and how to calculate that point. Okay, see, for example, if the equation of the first line is a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equals to 0, and the equation of the second line is a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equals to 0. Just look at those two equations, and this is the point of intersection of those two. How to calculate that point of intersection? See, if you say this point as some p, this p lies on the first line, this p lies on the second line, so this p is common for these two lines. Okay, sometimes we can't find the p also, because if the lines are parallel, then there is no such p, and if the lines are coincident, then we can have infinite number of such p's. For suppose if the equation of the first line is like this and the equation of the second line is like this, we can't get that p because the lines are parallel. And for suppose if the equation of the first line is this line and the equation of the second line is coincident on this, then in that case we have infinite number of common points for those two lines. See, usually this is the general case, and this p is mentioned as the point of intersection of those two, and how to calculate. See, basically line equations are the linear equations in two variables. See, look there, this is the linear equation in two variables, this is also linear equation in two variables. I think you are all aware of calculating x and y values by giving a pair of linear equations. So you have different methods. We call them as elimination method, substitution method, maybe sometimes trial and error method. So along with these methods, we have some more shortcut methods like determinant method. Okay. So basically, if you face any two equations in two variables, easily you can solve using elimination method. Okay, that's one idea to solve. And in the other way, we can find using the determinant method also. See, once again, just look there how the lines will be. For suppose if the lines are intersecting, then the equations of those lines may be in a different manner, like x plus 2y is equals to 4, or otherwise 2x minus y is equals to 3. So these are the two lines, and if you solve these two lines, you will get this point of intersection. Whereas coming to the case of parallel lines, here the lines may be of this format. If x plus 2y is equals to 4, then you may say that some 3x plus 6y is equals to maybe some 7, like that you may say. See, x plus 2y is equals to 4 and 3x plus 6y is equals to 7. Just look there, the slopes of these two lines are equal, then we say these two lines are parallel. In this case, the equations have no solution. Whereas in the last case, if you look, for example, if one line is x plus 2y is equals to 4, other line should be coincident with the same, so you need to multiply with some 3 or some 4 or some other number, then you will get that 3x plus 6y is equals to 12. So these two lines we usually call them as coincident lines, these two lines we call them as parallel lines, and these two lines, see, the ratios are not same, the ratios of x coefficients, the ratios of y coefficients are not same, then in that case we say the lines as what? Intersecting lines. Okay, as I told you in the in discussion of angle between two lines, if two lines are coincident, then in that case the ratio between x coordinates, the ratio between y coordinates, as well as the ratio between constants all are same. a1 by a2 is equals to b1 by b2 is equals to c1 by c2. So this is that case where the lines are coincident. In that case, the ratio between x, the ratio between y, and the ratio between constants, all the three are same. Whereas this is some other case where the lines are parallel. In this case, ratio between x coordinates and ratio between y coordinates are same, and that is not equal to the ratio between constants. I think it is clear. So whereas this is somewhat different case, the ratios are also not same, and we call this case as the case of intersecting lines. Then in this case, we can find a point of intersection for those two lines. So at the end, these two cases are not mandatory to discuss now. See, this case is now needed to find this point of intersection. Okay, and once again, just look there. If you have any two lines with you, first of all you need to check about those two lines, whether they are intersecting or parallel or coincident. If they are coincident, those equations have infinite number of solutions. If they are parallel, then those equations to the two lines are parallel, so no solution. Then in that case, if the lines are intersecting, then in that case there is one common point for those two lines, and we need to find that common point using any one of our methods, right? And now I am going to solve this particular problem. Okay, x plus 2y is equals to 4 and 2x minus y is equals to 3, right? Basically, coming to the coordinate geometry, we know that these two are the lines, and these two lines have a common point. We call it as point of intersection, right? And whereas coming to the algebra part, these two are just two linear equations, and we solve them using elimination method. First of all, I will give you that technique how to solve using elimination method. Okay, you may say this equation as 1 and this equation as 2. Elimination method nothing but try to find one variable by eliminating the other variable. Look there, this is 2y and this is minus y. You just try to eliminate y. For that, you just consider first equation as it is. So first equation is like this, x plus 2y is equals to 4. Yeah, and I am going to eliminate y to find x. So to eliminate y, you just multiply second equation with 2 again. So that in the sense 2 into second equation is nothing but, this is already 2x is there, we are multiplying with 2. 4x minus 2y is equals to 6. And just if you add, these two will get cancelled. What are those two? 2y and 2y get cancelled. X and 4x. Yeah, x and 4x is 5x is equals to 6 plus 4 is 10 and x is equals to 2 is the value of x. And after having x, you just replace that x in any one of these two equations. Then what you will get? Then x is 2 plus 2y is equals to 4. If you solve, you will get y is equals to 1. So x is equals to 2 and y is equals to 1 is the solution, is the common point of intersection for the given two lines. Okay. If this line is x plus 2y is equals to 4, if this line is 2x minus y is equals to 3, then with this elimination method we found that this common point is 2 comma 1. Okay. So finding the point of intersection of two lines is easy by using elimination method. And see, we have another method, we usually call them as determinant method, which is much easier than this elimination method. And the behind logic for the determinant method is again this elimination method. Now I am giving you the way how to find the point of intersection using determinant method without the discussion, right? See, the discussion is completely based on this elimination method. Elimination method to that determinant method we will develop, okay? But just now look there how to use that determinant method now. I am erasing this. I am going to solve the same problem but using determinant method, not by using elimination method, right? The next thing is just have a look at there. Now our task is finding the point of intersection of two given lines. So there are many ways to find the point of intersection. There are many ways to solve these linear equations, and one of the way is using elimination method, just what we did there. And now the next thing is what? Using determinant method. That's what, for that you may call them as determinant method or shortcut method. For that, first send this constant to also left side. It becomes like minus 4 is equals 0, minus 3 is equals to 0. So these are the two lines, send everything to a side. Then in this determinant method, in this shortcut method, to find the point of intersection, you need to write like this: x divided by the determinant of, that is equals to y divided by the determinant of, that is equals to 1 divided by the determinant of. You need to maintain that structure first, and then see, x divided by is there, right? So you just close this x. We are going to write here 4 values, okay? Here we are going to write 4 values in these 4 places. Then those 4 numbers are nothing but just you close this x. If you close this x, just concentrate on the y terms, which is 2 minus 1, and then constant terms, that is minus 4 minus 3. So x by is over. Then coming to y by, for that you just close this y terms. See, there are no y terms, okay? Just leave this y terms, okay? And then concentrate on the constants along with x. Since this is not there, then it is minus 4 minus 3, and here it is 1 comma 2. So y by minus 4 minus 3 1 and 2. And then coming to 1 by is a constant part. So close this constant and then use this x coefficients and y coefficients, 1 2, and the next thing is 2 minus 1. Have a look at there. See, the terms must be continuous actually. 2 minus 1 minus 4 minus 3, minus 4 minus 3 1 2, 1 2 2 minus 1. Yeah. And the next step, we need to use the determinant technique. Determinant means, I think you are all familiar. If you have the numbers like this a, b, c, d, its value can be calculated using AD minus BC, right? Just the product of these two minus product of these two. So use that. Then x divided by product of these two minus 6 minus product of these two 4 is equals to y divided by product of these two minus 8 minus product of these two minus 3. That is equals to 1 divided by product of these two minus 1 minus product of 2 into 2 4. Just look there. Product of 1 into minus 1 is minus 1. Already one formula is there. 1 minus is there in the formula. Then the product. Then in the next step it becomes like x by minus 10 is equals to y by minus 5 is equals to 1 by minus 5. Then it is very easy to identify that x, y. Okay. So equalize these two. You will get y is equals to 1. Equalize these two. You will get x is equals to 2. And at the end your values of x and y are 2, 1 and this point of intersection is 2, 1. Have a look there. Okay. This is the way of solving two lines for the point of intersection or two linear equations in two variables just to calculate the common point for those two. Okay. Just have a look at this. See, the problem is about the concurrent lines. What is meant by concurrent lines? First of all, that's what we need to discuss. See, if I have a point, then passing through this point, if there exist many lines, more than 2, 3 or more lines, okay, many lines, okay, passing to the same point, we know that there exists infinite number of lines and all these lines are mentioned as concurrent lines and that point is known as point of concurrency. That point is what? Point of concurrency. Those lines are called as concurrent lines. And at the end, this question is about concurrent lines. That in the sense, if you look at the problem, 3 lines are involved there. 3x plus 2y minus 5 is equals to 0 is one linear equation in two variables. 2x minus 5y plus 3 is equals to 0 is other equation, whereas 5x plus by plus c is equals to 0 is the third equation. These 3 lines are concurrent. That in the sense, these 3 lines are passing through one particular point. Since they are concurrent, we need to find the value of b plus c. See, as I mentioned you, the concurrent lines and concurrency is about the common point for the given lines. As per the given problem, if you consider those two lines as line 1, line 2 and then line 3, as per the problem, there is a point and passing through this point, 3 lines are passing. See, line 1, line 2 and line 3. So first of all, we need to calculate that point. And now if you look the equation 3, 5bc, b and c are unknown and we need to find b plus c. Since b and c are unknown, you just leave this third equation for some time and concentrate on 1 and 2 to get this point of concurrency, this common point. So what are those two lines? Look there. 3x plus 2y minus 5 is equals to 0. 2x minus 5y plus 3 is equals to 0. Use these two to find point of concurrency. Okay? How to calculate point of concurrency? That in the sense, for 3 lines we call it as point of concurrency. Now initially we are going to solve these two. Let it as point of intersection. So we can calculate it by x divided by the determinant is equals to y divided by the determinant is equals to 1 divided by the determinant. With this technique we need to solve. So x by. So for that you need to neglect this x coordinates, concentrate on y. 2 minus 5 and then concentrate on the constants. Minus 5, 3. So x by is over. Then coming to y by. Leave these y coordinates and look at the constants along with x. Continuation you need to take. Okay. That's why first start with constants here and then we are leaving y. So look at x. 3, 2 and 1 by constant. So you just close these constants. Leave about these constant terms. Just take x coordinates and y coordinates. X coordinates are 3, 2. Y coordinates are 2 minus 5. And in the next step, x divided by. So what you say about its determinant? Product of these two, 6 minus product of these two, 25. That is equals to y divided by minus 10 minus product of these two, 9 is equals to 1 divided by 3 into minus 5, minus 15 minus product of these two, minus 4. Just have a look. x divided by 6 minus 25 means how much? Minus 19. Y divided by minus 19. 1 divided by minus 19. So this is minus 19, this is minus 19, this is minus 19. From there it is very clear that x is equals to 1 and y is equals to 1. Equalize these two and equalize these two. You will get x is equals to 1 and y is equals to 1. That means this point of concurrency, this point of intersection is 1 comma 1. And now since these three lines are concurrent, these three lines are passing through the same point 1 comma 1. So now we have a chance to substitute this 1 comma 1 in the third equation. Okay, so there is the problem. Okay, I have no space here, that's why I will continue from there. See, since 1 comma 1 is the point of concurrency, substitute 1 comma 1 in third equation. If you substitute 1 comma 1 in third equation, what you will get? 5 into 1 is 5 plus b into 1, y value is also 1, plus c is equals to 0. So 5 plus b plus c is equals to 0. Then at the end, your answer for this question, b plus c is minus 5. Okay, this is a problem related to the concurrent lines. At first we learnt about the way to find the point of intersection of two lines and then about the point of concurrency. Three lines are mentioned as concurrent lines if those three lines are passing through the same point. So if in any problem, the question is related to the point of concurrency and about the concurrent lines, first of all, you need to solve any two line equations and then you just substitute that common point in the third equation. So here also I have 1, 2, 3, 3 lines. First solve 1 and 2, your common point is 1 comma 1. Then substitute this 1 comma 1 in the third equation. From there the value of b plus c is minus 5. So look at the problem.